We're here today with Kevin Murphy. Hi, Kevin.
Hi Cheryl, how are you?
So good to see you again
I
after
know it's
all
been
these
such
years.
a long time. I
I
can't
know.
I can't remember how long it is, but I remember I've got vivid memories of being in your apartment, getting
Yes,
ready,
getting
like
models
crazy
ready for
things.
a
Yeah,
show.
yeah, it's show in
Yes,
Toronto.
yes.
Yeah, which is Toronto. I've got to say it right. Yeah.
Yes, that was so many years. I know. I think I was looking back. It was like 2013 or even before, like Color Bug days.
Okay, well that was I think 2013.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So a long time, everyone. Yeah.
Yes. So Kevin's here today in Montreal presenting some new products and some education and some
Yes.
models.
Yes.
So give us a little recap on what happened today, Kevin.
Well, today was really like an exercise in a bit of hair. I wanted to actually educate the salons, not so much on hair, but yes, hair, but more about like creating your own brand. How like hairdressing is that last sort of handmade experience, and we need to cherish that. That handmade experience is becoming the latest sort of luxury. So anything made by humans and by hand is a luxurious moment.
Right. Now I see there's definitely a lot of customization happening in the
Yes.
beauty industry, right?
Yeah.
How have you addressed that with your brand?
I think that everything about hairdressing is personalization, to tell you the truth. And I think I can't make a product for one person. I can make a product that suits a lot of people, but I think it's really the hairdresser is the one who decides. And I think the client really looks to the hairdresser for advice. So I think if we arm ourselves with enough education to know about things, then you can give the right product cocktail for your client.
Right. So you also discuss trends, and everybody is so different, right? Which is
Yeah.
why customization is so important because not
Yeah.
everyone wants to look like each other. They want to look like
Well, we
themselves.
can't. People don't want to be grouped in together anymore. They want to actually express themselves. They want to be the best version of whoever they might be. So you don't really want to say. So we're not saying trends anymore. We're saying more tribes versus trends, and we're sort of looking at. You tend to gravitate towards the people that are like you, and I think that how that is for a salon is, you put out your best work that you want to do. You'll get those clients to come in.
Absolutely. Tribes versus trends. I love the way you word things. I love the way you word things. So one of the most distinctive things about your brand is your packaging.
Thank you.
Like, where did you come up with this concept? And I know when was it launched again?
It was.
2000
I think that
and
we launched it in 2006.
yeah,
I think the shampoo came in 2008. To
yeah.
tell you the truth, we'd always had the shampoo bottles in line, but I'm a square guy, sort of thing. I like very straight lines. I
You're a
don't.
hip square guy.
Yeah, I'm hip to be square, but I'm kind of square. But I like things to fall into small packages. So what I wanted to do was it's a thing called it's more mass, less area. So for me, it's about not creating a big bottle, even though we have a big bottle in front of us, but creating a small bottle that fits into a smaller space that goes into a smaller package. It's better for shipping. Everything's a square, so it's easy to put squares into boxes. Boxes are square. So I found it was more about less waste was the biggest deal for me as well. So less plastic, less waste, less transport, less of a global footprint.
Right, and environment is so important to you. It's like a very
Yes.
important part of your. You need to know.
Yeah.
Environment is so important, and it's all about your ingredients and your packaging. So that's something you carried through to today.
I think that when I first started talking about the environment, everyone thought I was mad. They were like, "Oh, hairdressers don't care about that," but I thought, no, they do, sort
Yeah.
of thing. Because hairdressers, we're like the toxic Avengers. We put chemicals down the drain. We do all these things. We're always using electricity. We're burning heat. I'm sorry. We're heating up. We're using hair dryers. We're not very environmental. So I want to give them an avenue where they can actually become more environmental through the products that they use.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, when it comes to coming out with new products, how do you decide to do that? How often do you decide to do that? Like, what is the reason or the innovation to come out with a new product?
Well, everyone loves newness, and I think that the industry is about new all the time. So we've we don't have we have a schedule. Yes, we don't always adhere to it because we like to be innovative, and sometimes innovation doesn't work. Surprisingly so.
Okay.
So
What
we
takes a lot of tries? Like, it
a
doesn't
lot of
happen right
tries,
away.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Presently, we're working on about 6 different formulations on 6 different things, and probably only 2 will make it. Yeah, which is sad because they're all my babies, and I'm like desperate when they don't make
But
it.
you can just shelf it and maybe bring it in
Might
later.
bring it in a bit later,
Yeah.
and then I'm a cog in a wheel, so there's a big wheel that gets turned,
Yes.
and I'm like, woo, okay, and they'll come back around, woo, okay, come back around. So there's a lot of stuff riding on it, so we've got to be really careful what we release, and we don't want to overload people. We don't want to like, hey, we're doing 7 new products,
Right.
and then like, everyone's like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't think about it, like it's
Yeah.
too hard. So
Yeah.
we try and bring out a great product. Again, there's no rhyme or reason. It kind of organically happens. Sometimes we bring out too many, and sometimes not enough.
So if you're going to bring out some products, do you have to retire some products, or because technology has changed so much? Because you were talking about how you upgraded.
Yeah, so we like a renovation, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to introduce that many more products because the range gets too big and people can't buy it, they can't handle it. It's the salon spaces are getting smaller and smaller, and then for the range to get bigger, it's not practical for people, sort of thing. And it's not sustainable either, as well. So we try and renovate. So we renovated our body mass because we made that in 2017, and we hadn't changed it since then. So we thought, rather than make a new one, I'll just renovate the old one. So we put some updated ingredients in it. We changed a few things, and technology had moved on since that time. So we really wanted to move with technology and put some great things in it.
Yeah, I think that's the challenge, is that technology keeps changing, and you have the opportunity to make products better and better and better.
Yes.
But then you also have a product that does like 6 different things.
Yes.
So, how do you decide that you want to niche a product into this one thing, or you want it to do multiple things?
Well, I think that I try and put a lot of pressure on the team to do it my way, which is too much. People don't always love that sort of thing. So when I did the 6-in-1, which is coming out, I think the end of or beginning of next year, I believe, like I wanted a product that kind of does everything, because I don't want to have to put 6 products in my hair. I want to put 1 in. And I find that for me, a leave-in product is better than a rinse-off product because it goes on working for 24 hours. So I'm always trying to make products where they're doing all the work for you in the background. So like the body mass, it's instantly gratification, but then it's helping you have better, thicker hair in the background. So the flawless one, that one is of course called flawless because you will be flawless with it. And we quite like that. So the thing, I think hairdressers will have fun with that. And that one is doing a lot of stuff in the background. It's a styling product, it's a blow dry product, it's a protecting product, it's a volumizing product, it's an air dry product. It also heals your hair over time as well. So there's a lot of things. I'm not supposed to talk about it too much.
Okay,
I've just given the whole bag
this
away.
is for later when I will. But that brings me to the thought of like the skinification of hair, because really our hair is on skin, so we need to address that, and that's like a huge trend right now. And I know you've got a whole collection based on scalp care.
Yes, we have got. Well, actually, we are. I'm looking again at scalp sort of thing, because I think that when we put out our scalp range, I actually want to do another one now, sort of thing. So scalp is very, very important, because scalp's really about your future hair. And what that happens is scalp's the place that we can really affect what's happening for the future of your hair. So it's really important. Scalp health was never really spoken about before, but now you really optimize that area so that your hair is going to grow out stronger and healthier in your future, because life's quite long.
Right.
People say life is short. I don't agree. It's long.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's as long as you make it. It's as long as you
make it,
are healthy and healthy mind and healthy body.
Yeah.
So that's why the holistic approach to it's not just what you eat, but it's your hair and how you take care of yourself.
Yeah. And you want to put your best foot forward. So it's beauty at any age now. So now we're not talking about concealment. We're talking about self-expression. So we don't want to conceal ourselves. We want to actually bring ourselves out.
Yeah, I love that.
And be our best one.
I love that. Yeah. Your collections, your videos, your style, I love it so much.
Cheryl, you're making me blush.
I know, but it's so beautiful and wearable and commercial. Like every look, what woman wouldn't want to have that?
So, sorry, we've got people saying goodbye.
So
of course, we're not in an interview or anything. Yeah, not doing anything.
Catch. So that is your vibe. That's always been your style. I love that you've kept that. I guess it comes from your Australian beachy sort of roots.
I think that we try and look at who we are. We're always questioning ourselves. I think that we decided to not go in the direction of TikTok or Instagram. So I try and use those vehicles, or I try and explain to hairdressers I use those vehicles, or hairdressers should use those vehicles to get more clients. So we create the collection so that you'll be inspired to then go and make those looks for your clients, because now you're I called it a Palm Pilot the other day, and everyone was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
it's not a
Palm
Palm." I was like,
Pilot,
"It's
yeah.
your phone sort of thing is the window to the salon, basically, because that's actually the window now, sort of thing. It's not about putting a poster in the window; it's about putting your work up on Instagram to inspire the clients to get the clients that you want, sort of thing."
Right. Well, you are constantly inspiring.
Thank
You're
you.
constantly coming up with innovation, new products. You
Thanks, Joe.
care
You're
about
making
the
me blush again.
environment.
Yeah.
You're so amazing. So, what was your mission again? You have 3 words.
My 3 words were fashion, performance, environment. So they're the 3 little statements that we do. So we say, is it fashionable? Does it look fashionable? Is it interested in fashion? Okay, yes, we'll do it. Does it perform well? Does it say what it says it's going to do? Yes, it performs well. Yes, we'll do it. And is it good for the environment? Does it have an environmental message? Yes, we'll do it. But if it doesn't hit those 3 messages, we just don't do it. So that way it keeps us free as well. So we can stay rigid in those 3 rules, but we can then sort of ebb and flow within it. So it's just got to hit all those 3 goals, then we do it.
Yeah, well, that's how you stay true to a brand,
Yes.
right? It's kind of like knowing what you don't do. So
Yeah.
you have your parameters.
Yeah, so that's our brand philosophy. So we have to hit, it has to be fashion, or at least be interested in fashion, at least look like it is, sort of thing. And that might be the color, or it might be the fragrance. Performance, it's got to do what it says it does, because I think performance is key, because no one wants to have a product that says I do all these things, then it doesn't perform. I'm like,
Right,
okay,
right.
that's with a box of broken dreams
Right.
under the cupboard, sort of
Right.
thing. So, and then it's got to have an environmental message. So it's got to be something that's good for the environment.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, well, I have to say, just because it's so beautiful, I have products that you probably gave me from 2003, and they're in my medicine cabinet because they
Still?
just look so nice. Well, I know they probably don't work anymore, but they just look so
It
pretty.
might be a bit old, Cheryl.
So, what is the shelf life on something that's a little more natural?
It's 2 years. It's 1 year after opening, sort of thing. So it's 2 years on the shelf.
Right.
There's actually a little mark on it.
Oh,
There's like
okay.
there's a little container.
Right.
It says open the container, so it's got 2 years if it's closed,
Right.
and if the container's open, that's you can only use it for a year, sort of thing.
Okay.
But that's the beauty of natural products, and it's also the pain of natural products
Right,
as well. So
yeah.
they're not going to last you. They're not going to be here for the next millennia. Yeah.
Well, that's why you need to know to use up your product so that the efficacy is on point, because
Yeah.
you're using a natural product and it makes
Yeah.
a difference.
Yes, it does. Yeah. And it's better for the world as well, because that's that sustainability thing. So we're using ingredients that are sustainable. They regrow. So we're not just ripping stuff out of the earth. Yeah.
Right. Well, I commend you to a beautiful brand,
Thank
and
you.
it's many years, and you're at the helm still, which I
Thank you.
love seeing you here.
Thank
so
you.
so that's really great, and thank you for such a
pleasure.
fantastic day today. And
Thank you.
happy to see you again.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thanks,
Yeah.
Cheryl. Thanks for staying in, and thanks for your time today.
Do you want to fluff up my
All
hair
right.
a little bit?
I know.
Put a little
It looks
fluff?
pretty good.
Does it look pretty good?
If I had a bit of product, I would do it.
Oh,
But now,
I need some bedroom hair, I think.
okay, it looks nice. I don't want to touch it. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. All right. Thank you.